Ah, the Renaissance. One of the only times in human history where everyone had given up all of their pointless fighting in the pursuit of science, learning, and art. Spanning from the 1400s to the 1600s, the Renaissance has produced some of the world's greatest music in the history of ever. Just as it was beginning, music has started to become more and more complex, eventually leading to contain two or more melodies, which would be played simultaneously and woven into a harmonic whole. This style of music is known as polyphonic. To accommodate for this new style of composing, many new instruments had to be used and invented, such as the violin, harpsichord, trumpet, sackbut, lyre, lute, and the recorder. Now, you may be wondering, who got the privilege of music? Well, music was only reserved for the civic, religious, and courtly life. There were many composers throughout the Renaissance, most of which composed for the church. Two of the most famous perhaps would be Giovanni Pierluigi da Palestrina and Vincenzo Galilei. Giovanni was an inspirational man who wrote over 500 pieces in his lifetime, most of which were for the church. His compositions displayed great versatility in the use of musical technique, and it helped pave the way for Baroque music, which dominated in the 17th century. The work he produced is so admired and imitated that he was dubbed the Prince of Music. Now on to Vincenzo. Vincenzo Galilei was a famous scientist and composer who had been most well known for his writings on music theory. He had argued against many singers vocalizing at once and supported soloists. His thinking was that because of the many voices, it was too difficult to understand the words they were singing. This style had become more common near the end of the Renaissance and helped develop opera. Overall, the Renaissance was a time where everyone was too busy being productive to be fighting and was outputting many new advances in science and art. During this time, many composers were laying down the foundation for modern music and theory and were creating content that would influence musicians forever.